Tell me when we're live. Yeah, we are live. Alright, fantastic. I made them name the lobby ESOC Lobby A, by the way, so you can find it much easier that way. Great, 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 great. Second. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome to the first series of the round of 32 of the ESOC Spring Championships. Today, we have a lot of series ahead of us. We are kicking today off with the first series of the day between LukasL and Look Tom, followed up later on by Ivan Goat, aka Baha Lamer, against King of Osmane. Then we have Shake 2020 going up against Balalaika, and to round it off the end of the day, we have Big Boy Soldier playing against Paladino. So we have an action-packed game. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into it on the first map, Great Plains, between LukasL and Luke Tom, where Lucas will be playing as Lakota and Tom will be playing as Harunashani.
The central of China. Its rich and fertile open grassland is crossed by an extensive trading route that separates both players. Controlling it is a reliable way to grow a powerful economy. Fierce competition over each trade post is essential.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number one of this titillating round of 32 series we got here for you between on the north side of the map in the color blue, LukasL, one of the best German players out there, one of the best Asian players as well. Asian civs, that is. Asian civs and native civs. He is absolutely amazing with those civs. One of the best players in the game, currently ranked at number 8 on the ladder, on the competitive ladder. And on the south side of the map, in the color green, of course, Big Tom had to take lame green to blend in with the map. Every advantage we can get, right? Playing the Haudenosaunee. Look, Tom, for years, he has been the best Brazilian player around. Recently, not been as active, though, but he is climbing back up there. Always a scary opponent to play against. Yeah, this is going to be a very, very interesting matchup between both of those players. A native showdown. I haven't played it all too often, but from what I've known, Haudenosaunee doesn't do all too bad in this matchup, especially not on a map where there aren't that many TP, so it's not really easy for Lakota to go. Stagecoach, I wouldn't even recommend Lakota to go Stagecoach here, but already starting off with a very nice XP treasure for Lucas here and a TP opening for Haudenosaunee. Let's check out the decks for Lakota. We have Kree. Okay, so we are seeing the TP card in H1. We are also seeing the we're not seeing any Kree support except for in H2. There we go. Kree allies, Kree rifleman with a good line of sight and long range. That is very, very powerful, especially if you're going to be able to ship it early. We also have the axe rider to rifle rider transition to in H2, so that should be very, very interesting. And on the other side, let's check out Look Tom's map deck. Terra, which means land. He has High Chief in there, which is interesting. We also have Town Destroyer. That is a very, very typical of Look Tom, the TC right clicker, as we all know him and love him. Also, what's interesting in H3, he does have the 11, the Odenia support, the coin card on the right side. Yes, that was the thank you, Oneda support. Town center travel and 10 villagers for 1,000 coin. You don't often see that in Haudenosaunee decks, but it could be an interesting one, definitely. I don't know how you macro for that as Haudenosaunee. It's quite tough because it is not easy to macro for, especially when your units are that coin heavy. Okay, now we have Lakota going to be aging up to the next stage. Quite a late hunting dogs, but that's not too bad. With the chief, chief is going to give him 400 wood, and on the other side, Look Tom isn't aging quite yet, but he will be up very soon as well. I'm assuming we're going to see him in FB war. Now it is very important to control the map here. Um, so let's see what both players are going to go for H2 wise. They're saying the sound is very low, MFD. If we can just check that out a little bit. All right. Yep. Are we better now? All right. Let's see if it maybe improved. No. Let's see. So, anyone in chat can say if it's better? All right. Bit better. Okay, so back into it, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing Haudenosaunee macroing right now, macroing 500 food to get the early tomahawks out, which, in my opinion, is going to be an indication that we are going to see some kind of FB. And on the other end, Lakota, let's see, in the middle of the map, we are seeing the explorers meeting each other. Ooh, very, very. This is a huge treasure right now, guys. Lucas managed to steal this treasure, which gives him 30% more HP. Now his explorer is on 900 HP. Imagine a 7.76, 900 HP Explorer right here from Lucas. That is absolutely wild. This denies at the same time the Haudenosaunee Explorer, which is currently at what? How much HP is he at? Let's see. The Eero Explorer is currently on 750, so he would have also been at around the 900 HP, maybe even a little bit more, 1000 HP. That would have been absolutely insane to try and deal with, especially for Civ without artillery that have an easy way of killing an infantry explorer. Now, what are we seeing here from Luktom? We are seeing a 5 villager opening into crates. Okay, so, oh, he decided to change over to crates and go for hyenas. Now, I think that he managed to scout. Let's see if he managed to scout the in a stable from Lakota. Yes, he did. So it is kind of weird to see him go double hyenas right now, because you would assume axe riders are coming in. But no, he's deciding, okay, he's going for bow riders and Cree. Oh, very interesting. Huh. This is very interesting. So he's going to look to do like kind of a timing. The Kree are quite high HP, right? Um, and the bow riders are also known as having quite high HP. Plus that explorer with 900 HP. Is he going to try and timing and take down the forward outpost from Lakota? That would be very interesting. Because he is also queuing axe riders behind this. Ayanas managed to intercept a little bit of the bow riders, excuse me, forcing them back. And look, Tom, going for the middle TP right there, trying to take it out. I'm not a very big fan of it because A, you're not fighting under your war hut, and B, another big problem that you have is you're not taking that big XP shipment that could really set you forward. Now, look, Tom creeping up with his Ayana, very nice, managing to take a little bit of a volley right now on this bow rider. 3 axe riders are coming out, so this is very, very dangerous right now in the territory for Look Tom. Let's see if he has any musketeers or melee units in support to try and help. No, he only has those couple of musketeers, but they are going to be taken down, and the axe riders are completely going to town together with that 900 HP Explorer, and all these Aenas are just melting. Yes, the Explorer gets a crack shot off, managing to damage the Kree a little bit, but they're so high HP, it doesn't really matter all that much. This is an absolute cleanup so far from LukasL. What an absolutely beautiful timing. Now we're only seeing these 6 Tomahawks come from behind this, but the army is done. So you're going to have 5 Aena and 6 Tomahawks right now, but this gives all the tempo and momentum in the world to Lakota, because now he made 3 more Axe Riders, he's shipping 3 more Axe Riders, and he has units to be able to try and take down the forward base if he wants to. And he's even in a position to start macroing trades because he still has those 2 trading posts, he still has the shipment left, and I wonder what he's going to decide to ship with that shipment as well. Okay, we are going to see Great Hunter. So he is going to decide to stick it out in H2 for now. I don't blame him. He just massively cleaned up and won a big fight. And usually Iro is not a civ that underscores that much. Haudenosaunee in this case, right? Whereas Lakota is, okay, let's get back into the fight. Very nice. The Musketeers moving into the front to try and block and melee down the Axe Riders, but he hasn't put them in melee, so it's kind of awkward. They're shooting at a couple of these Axe Riders, and yeah, there we go. LukasL, incredible planning for game one. Very, very nice knowledge of the matchup. Knew exactly what he wanted to do. Knew exactly how he wanted to tackle this. He didn't go for an FB war. He didn't go for shipment, v shipment, v shipment. He went in base. He went for kind of a skirm good composition in H2 with Cav, and he managed to completely catch Look Tom off by surprise and overwhelm him. And he takes game one and the advantage in the series. Very, very well played by a very skilled and experienced player in LukasL. Let's get into the post game details, shall we, and see what was before us this game. If we can see resources slightly, Lucas being ahead, gathering a lot of crates to be able to ship his military shipments, especially the Kree. And look at the fights, 29 to 9 units lost. Wow, this is an absolute clean. If you killed three times more units than your opponent, you know that your game plan was absolutely amazing. Look at the drop in military unit population and in the military unit count. He had more units looked on, but they were just not the right units. So many hyenas against so much melee cavalry in the end of the day. That was very, very, very well strategized and very well played by LukasL. But as we all know and love Look Tom, here was not even his main civ. He has a couple of aces up his sleeve, and he will definitely be ready for the next game. All right. Okay, let's try and get some polls going as well. Prediction polls. That would be very nice if my dear caster here, MFD, will have the time to do it, or if there are any mods in the chat currently that will be able to pump out a little bit of in between game content and pump out some predictions. That would be absolutely lovely. So far, we have been streaming for what is it now? 12 minutes, and we already sit at 60 viewers. This is amazing. Welcome, welcome, welcome all. Okay, let's see if the players are ready for the next game. And let's see what the matchups are going to be. They do have a 3-minute delay. So now that they're going to jump into it, whenever they decide the saves, we still have a 3-minute window to talk about what is going on in this ESOC series. So we have Random Name Enjoyer in the chat here. Random Name Enjoyer, aka Baha Lamer, Baha Teacher, aka Ivan Goat. His series is going to be up next after this series. He is going to be the underdog in this series, going to be playing Big Boy, King of Osmane again, another very, very incredibly solid player. You know, you have all these older names, King of Osmane, LukasL. It's always when there is an ESOC tournament, everyone just comes out of their shell, everyone prepares and plays. It's the most magical time of the year, 4 times a year when we have ESOC tournaments. So it is a pleasure to participate as well. MFD, great producer, and we are very, very, very happy to be here. Now, let's see with the players. All right. We already have the matchups. So game 2 is going to be Germany versus Spain. So I'm assuming the counter pick Spain is from Look Tom, whereas the first pick Germany is going to be from Lucas. And the next map is going to be Ivory Coast. Now, I understand Ivory Coast for Germany as a first pick because you have the in-base treasure for XP, right? There's a treasure guarded by 2 spearmen, African vagabonds, that you can take, which gives you a steady trickle of XP. And you can also go to the south side of the map and get a relatively safe TP as Germany, which doesn't really fall under threat from being sieged from Spain in the beginning. So I get the allure, and also with the gold mine up north, but in general, I think the map favors Spain much, much more. All right, map for Ivory Coast. Let's get right into it.
In this region, the which give way to grassy plains and eventually a plateau. The Ivory Coast is an important hub for trade. The naval trade route connects Africa with Europe and the Americas, while its counterpart on the mainland connects the coast to the savannah, and controlling these routes is critical for victory. The land trade route bisects the plateau in the north, so each team has access to easily defendable resources away from the water.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game two of our first series of the round of 32, excuse me. On the west side of the map, in the color blue, we have LukasL, one of the best German players in the world, playing as his home nation, Germany, on this absolutely beautiful map of Ivory Coast. And on the east side of the map, look, Tom playing as the Spanish. Okay, my mic is back. Sorry. It just cut out for a bit. Now, we are seeing Look Tom being a game behind right now. The pressure is kind of on him to try and pull one back. He is building a TP on the south side of the map, which is quite interesting. Usually, you would see Spain go for the TP on the middle side, and then you will place a tower on that TP and try and mitigate the threat of the doppelsolners with a bit more aggression with the tower behind it, and kind of force the dops to either go for the tower or for the middle TP. But going for the south one guarantees that he's going to have the TP for most, if not all, of the game, because it is so far out of reach that it's not really worth going for it often case. Now, I wonder what Germany is going to go for on this map. As we know, Lucas is an incredible planner. He knows exactly what he wants to do. We are already seeing a very interesting 3 dops in deck. We are seeing 5 dops in H3. This could very well be a dop skirm scenario, which, in my belief, is much better than going for war wagons against Spain, right? At the end of the day, Rodolero's really good unit to use against Germany, because it is a predominantly cavalry civ where your dragoon has 6 speed and doesn't really kite all that well, with a very awkward shooting animation. Yes, war wagons are incredible units against other dragoons, against heavy cavalry, but they're not very good against melee infantry that know how to counter them properly. So pivoting into DOPS is a good idea in my opinion. And on the other side, if we're looking at what Look Tom is going to do, he's going for water. And look at this old school Look Tom. He has ATP in deck in age one. Normally, with Spain players, you would see the capitalism ever since the Robot Revolution, where he really introduced capitalism. It is very possible for Spain to ship 2 shipments in H2. So that's why it is just a better value than ATP at the moment, especially for a tempo civ like Spain. It just plays along with their tempo really nice. But yeah, we're not seeing that. We are seeing ATP. Let's see if it's gonna be used. I would be very interested to see that. Age up coming in for Spain. I am assuming it is going to be a governor age up. There we go. So we are going for the tower and the 200 coin. And on the other end, we have quartermaster age up coming in for Germany. And yes, he is rushing straight away to that certain TP, but so is also the Spanish dog and the Spanish explorer. He probably senses that he is going to go for that southern TP. Um, Also, with the line of sight that he has managed to see that the German explorer has taken it. There we go, managing to take a monkey there. I'm interested to see, does the German explorer have enough HP to, if he starts building the TP? No, I don't think he has enough HP. Sorry, to be able to complete it. He's going to have to kill a villager and to finish that TP. And ooh, look, Lucas is actually not even building the TP. He's fighting the Spanish dog. Oh wow, that could be a very big bait as well, because if Lukam is aware of this, he can even make dogs and stop the villager from building that TP as well. Wow, this is a very big win for Lukam at the moment right now. Managing to take out the explorer, also idling the Vil the entire time right now. This is just an absolute win for him. And Germany, by the looks of things, is if we can switch over to his perspective, is not going to have an. Oh, he is going to have a shipment out upon age up, right, because of the in-base trickle that we said pre-game. Very, very nice. Okay, so villager and explorer trying to build that TP. Villager trying to fight off the
Ja,
explorer, the dog right there. Three
ich
settler
bin
wagon shipment
verwundet.
coming in for Germany,
Kann
and
mich
let's see
nicht
where that
bewegen.
tower from Spain is going to go. Is he going to place it forward? There you go, aggressive tower as I expected from Luke Tom. 700 coin and 700 wood coming in. And yeah, he is perfectly macroed right now to go H3. I would like to see another villager in queue because 16 is quite weak economically. 17 is what you want to aim
Ja,
for with
Hallo?
Spain, definitely as an age up with the villagers. But yeah, he wants to hit hard and he wants to hit early. Doppel Swordners being put in queue for Germany. That is what you would predict to try and take out the forward base. He hasn't been able to scout that the tower is forward, but you can only assume that it's forward. And with these Ulans coming in, okay, I thought they would beeline straight to the base, but they're not. So we still don't know where the positioning of the tower is, right? But we are assuming Spain placed it forward. So you can see the Ulan's also really looking for where that TP is built, where the tower is, and voila, he managed to eventually find the tower, and he is going to beeline these doppelsoldiers straight away to the tower over there.
es geht mir besser.
All right, Spanish explorer trying to fend away the dogs. 700 wood has hit the floor, and we are aging up at the moment. Rods being shipped in transition is a very, very interesting decision. We are going to be aging up with the scouts, so we will have the 4 Hussars. And the rods in transition popping from the tower, trying to take down the um, the Doppelsolners, or at least keep them as busy as possible until more dogs come, or until the Husk come to try and help out here. Would be very nice if they manage to pop from that tower, but look at how much siege these Doppelsolners have. The tower is going to go down before the Rodoleros will arrive, probably. That is at least what it looks like. And yeah, there we go. The tower is down. Oh, just a split second before the Rodoleros arrive. Now the Rodoleros arrive, but they could not defend that one villager that was on the tree line that eventually got taken out by Lucas. So again, very, very nice planning by Lucas. Very nice gameplay. Now we are seeing a church being built. We are seeing a rack being built as well. And we are seeing a shipment of 700 coin. He is going to use that 700 coin to age up to the next age.
¿Qué me ordena?
All right. So, Musketeers being produced right now by the Spanish player.
Preparado.
I'm not a very big fan of Musketeers in this matchup. You want Rodoleros, and you want a lot of them. You want to be able to catch the cav off guard, and you want to be able to smash your units in there. Rodoleros also marginally perform better against skirmishers because they are a melee unit and they're quicker. They can catch up to them, they can snare them, whereas Musketeers really struggle with that. They get outranged by war wagons, they get outranged by the skirmishers, and they're not the greatest anti-cav against the big Ulan switch either. We are shipping our Falconets right now, but the mass that we currently have to defend it is not the greatest in the world. And I think the score also reflects in it. Spain has gone very, very all in right now. We're on 16 villagers, whereas Germany's on 22 villagers with 8 settler wagons. So Germany basically has double our eco because we don't even have capitalism in. So we're putting all our eggs in the 2 Falc basket right now. And yeah, it isn't looking that great. Very nice as well for Lucas managing to take out one Hussar and not let these Hussars idle him in his base. And what is this from Lucas? Are we going to see an H4 play maybe from Lucas? Because this is looking like he's macroing for it at the moment. Okay, now he's spinning down the stable. We're probably going to see Skirmisher in queue. There we go. And we're seeing 4 wagons in queue. Okay, so he's decided not to sell a little bit of resources and go for Black Riders. Even though I feel like Black Riders would have been able to take everything in here down solo, single-handedly. Not the Falconets, not the Musketeers, not the Rodoleros. Nothing would have been able to compete with them. But fair play. He wants to go for the for the war wagons. He feels confident right now. He feels like he's in a position where he can basically go for a standard Germany comp and then outmass. And I understand him. He's in a position of power right now. Yes, the 2 Falconets are under your base, but they are in prime position to get popped by a couple of Ulans, and they're not really defended from the TC area. And there we go, the Ulans and the War Wagons pop straight up on the Falconets. That's one Falconet down. That's another Falconet going down. Yes, the Rotoleros managed to connect to one of the War Wagons, but we already have a couple of skirmishers in the back taking down the Rotoleros as we're speaking. War Wagons also turning around, trying to shoot. And as I said, this is a game of trades. Germany, much better eco right now. If Germany manages to somewhat hold in this scenario and in this fight, this game is completely over. And another couple of War Wagons going out, a couple of skirmishers more coming out as well. Minutemen, Big Pop, and LukasL absolutely manages not only to hold, but to clean this fight like an absolute boss. What a beautiful hold by LukasL. And yeah, now the game is practically over because you're playing with Germany that has double the amount of eco and now way more units as well out on the field.
¿Cuál es su comando?
Yeah, Lancer's coming in behind this for Spain. Let's see what Spain is going for. He is going for the top right resign button, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 is over within 10 minutes. Lucas, so far, so effective. Knows exactly what he wants to do on every single map and in every single matchup. And he is currently red hot, looking to put out a statement before going up into the next stage. We see economically, LukasL managed to gather by 3,000 resources, which again in a 10-minute game is quite a lot, and it reflects on the amount of villagers that Spain had. Kind of an outdated deck, in my opinion, and strat by Tom. It is always to see some flashes from the past, but in the current meta, that just doesn't fly, especially not against a civ like Germany. So yeah, game 2 goes to LukasL and to whoever in the chat managed to put up a poll. You are the legend. You are the GOAT. Thank you very, very, very much. All right, guys, we are checking the resolution a little bit. We are going to try and optimize the stream visually a bit more. We're going to try and push it to 1080p. Our caster today is Big MFD. Um, let's see. Let's see if he can get us to the next level. All right. So far, so good for LukasL, managing to take a 2-0 series lead against a very dangerous opponent in Look Tom. We all know what Look Tom is capable of. Sometimes he is capable of these bigger upsets. And we already have the matchups in as well for the next game. The next game is going to be on Painted Desert. So it is a no TP map, and as I've expected from both of these players, kind of not expected this from Tom. We are going to see an Aztec mirror. Now I know that Tom plays Aztec, but to go up against Lucas's Aztec, which in my opinion is the second best, if not first best civ after China, it's a bit of a ballsy move. And having played LukasL in a series before, I can say his Aztec is very, very scary. .720p, 1080p, 480p. What does it matter, ladies and gentlemen? We have ESOC. We are live with ESOC. This beautiful community in this beautiful game is very much alive and well, and we have a tournament hosted by ESOC. Who cares if it's 720p, 1080p? Obviously, we would love to get there. Thanks to MFD for trying. If we don't get there, we will have Tom sieging TCs in 720p instead of 1080p. What is the big difference, eh? All right. So, as we said, for the next map, Painted Desert, we are going to have an Aztec Mirror, and we have Mr. Biozars in the comments here, aka Prince, aka Prince of Kabul. Um, and he knows a thing or two about Aztec. He knows a thing or two about the civilization. So happy to see Aztec pros coming in, ready to watch this high level gameplay brought to us by pro players. So let's get into the map introduction, shall we?
The desert is a lonely open range with scattered mesas and rich ore deposits. Hunting is plentiful, but wood is a little scarcer than normal. Lost cows can also be found wandering among the mesas. A string of 4 Apache and Navajo villages divides the map into 2 symmetrical halves.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 3 of this Best of 7 series in the round of 32 of the ESOC Spring Championship. On the north side of the map, in the color green, we have the menace from Brazil, Tom, playing as the Aztecs. And on the south side of the map, in the color blue, his opponent today, one of the best players to ever touch this game in the last 15 years of competitive gameplay, LukasL. Maybe not one of the best, but he is definitely in my top 30, which makes him technically one of the best. Playing as the Aztecs as well, one of his main civilizations. What a matchup we have in front of us today. Aztec, one of the only civs in the game that is going to have more XP on a non-TP map than civs that can build a TP on a TP map. Because as you know, Aztec has their warrior priests and they are XP machines. They fly through XP like villagers with steel traps fly through food. We are seeing a little bit of a different start on the south side with Lucas. We are seeing a market and hunting dog start. And on the north side, we're just seeing a community plaza built by Tom, also managing to capture a couple of cows. Let's see if Tom is going to opt for a rush, H2 rush, which is what Tom usually does. That is what we have grown to expect from him as well. And he will probably be using these cows to that end. And on the south side, we are seeing Lucas with a deck named Mirror with what is that called? That card again called the third card in Age 1. Kalmakak. There we go for the fast stage up. Very good card, as I said. XP comes in very, very quickly for Aztec. So you can use Kalmakak to go up to age 3 with a fast age, and you can also use your age 1 fast age option then to go for Jaguar Prowler Knights, and that's what really makes the strat so strong. You have 2 fast age abilities into 4 H3 units immediately with a big button. So Aztec can deny any forward base trying to come for them and also defend against cavalry semis and even pick off a couple of villagers or idle TPs in that case. But as we all know, on this map, there are no TPs anyway. And as I predicted, Tom eating his cows right now, trying to get up to the next stage as fast as possible. He has a 1v1 deck with the Mayan Hulk and Spearman, so he is going to probably try and rush. So we'll have an H2 versus a turtle, kind of turtle. I want to call it a turtle. It's not really a turtle though. The warrior priest strat. It's more of a sit back and defend without really turtling because it's not really building oriented. So yeah, it is going to be very interesting what we're going to see here. The Elder Age Up coming in for Tom, and on the other end, LukasL going up to age 2 with. Let's see what he's going up with. LukasL is going up with the messenger. There we go, as we predicted. Already beautifully macroing for his 4 JPKs, and they will be able to take out anything that comes anywhere near him. Aztec raiding party coming in, and we're already seeing a 3 warrior priest shipment as well. So he is already preparing his warrior priest macro. Explorer fights going on, trying to take the treasure. Tom manages to take it, but bad news for Mr. Look Tom. You are going to get snared, my friend, and these warrior Jaguar Prowler Knights are going to try and come in and take down your Explorer, and they're quicker than your Explorer, and there is no way you are going to be able to escape it unless LukasL is sleeping a little bit, which he was. And oh, the Buffaloes, Mother Nature has said, Big Tom, here, let me help you out a bit. You're down 2-0. Let's try and get you up a bit. And there we go. Age up with the Warrior Hut, with the War Hut, excuse me, coming in. And he is going to be putting it in his base because he already knows I'm not going to be putting this anywhere forward, because if it's going to be put forward, these 4 Jaguar Power Knights are going to be taking out my forward base. And we don't want that to happen. JPK is going into stealth mode. That's another thing they can do, I guess. Always surprised me when JP Kids can go stealth and have promotions. It is basically a trainable Yurumi. And the sad part is, ladies and gentlemen, it's Aztec's best. Worst unit. So imagine how good the unit roster is. But that's enough shake bias for now. Let's focus on the gameplay itself. We are seeing Luktom macroing for the Hulk Spearman. He keeps on macroing for it. Yes, okay. So the shipment was nerfed in the last patch. I think it costs 600 coin right now. That's why he was macroing so much for it. And these units are also native, so they don't cost any population. So you don't really need houses to be able to ship them, and you can keep unit production and shipping curve as usual after that. Now, if we're switching over to LukasL, we're already on 7 Warrior Priests, so our Warrior Priest boom is already almost completed already. War Hut coming up in his base as well. Very nice positioning for the War Hut, protecting both the mine and the community plaza and that incoming hunt. So again, LukasL, his power is really in these mechanical things, whether it is the game plan, whether it is the building placement, the knowledge of timings and map, and it's just a treat to watch. It is just high level, pro level AoE3, and it is very, very fun to watch. 5 Coyotes coming out from the base of Luktom, trying to see if they can find any idle villagers, trying to take something down. But the JPKs are lying in wait, and let's see if we're going to be able to have a catch here. And yes, the JPKs managed to snare the Coyotes. There we go. 1 JPK snaring 1 Coyote, and that's enough to snare down the entire batch of Coyotes. And there we go. Another Coyote is being snared. The Coyotes only have 6 speed, so if the JPKs manage to snare them, they can actually keep them snared without them running away from them. Okay, Hulk and Spearman coming in. Let's see what LukasL's response is going to be, because we're seeing unit shipment after unit shipment here. And LukasL says, I don't think there's a problem, bro. I think I'm completely fine with my base building, and I'm going to be shipping 5 villagers right now. I'm going to greed extra hard. And why not? We have 10 warrior priests. We can infinitely keep producing warriors to fight our battles for us. And once we see that we have an upper hand militarily, unit-wise, we can switch it over to war dance, and our units are infinitely better than yours. Very, very nice strategy so far. And the pressure is really on Luktom right now. What are we going to do? Are we going to go for a big old push? Are we going to try and win the game right now? Or are we kind of trying to mass, trying to contain, and maybe age up ourselves behind it? But we all know Luktom. Luktom isn't built like that. He doesn't like these stuff. He likes taking down TCs. Any buildings will do, but the TC is what he is after, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he really wants to take down. And that's why we're seeing pikes in production right now. 26 villagers for Luktom with 1 warrior priest. And on the other end, if we switch over back to Lucas, Lucas is on 27 villagers. And he's shipping coin back to back. That's a very smart move. As we said, XP. Look at how his XP is flying in right now. If you can see his flag on the bottom left. The XP is just completely flying in. The first coin is going to probably be used on queuing up a couple of units. And then the second batch of coin is going to be used for the age up. Warrior production already starting right now. There we go. A couple of Taunting Slingers as well in here. Villagers left out to tank a little bit. He does not lose a villager there yet. Okay, very nice. Luktom smashing it all in, really, again, going for the throat, trying to take everything out right now. Villagers are tanking a lot. Warrior priests as well, very high HP. A lot of these Pumas are going down, and the JPKs are doing a lot of damage as well. Warriors are getting in the mix of things. Puma Spearman coming out on the other side as well for LukasL. And now we're also going to have a shipment of Mace Holtons coming in now that all the Coyotes are down, and the Mace Holtons are going to surround from the other side of the barracks. So we have a War Hut, we have a TC firing, we have Warriors producing, and we have Mace Walton coming in from the other side. And how is Luktom going to be able to stabilize from this? Because this was an absolutely beautiful hold from LukasL again, and Luktom basically lost his entire army. While we are seeing coyotes being shipped on the other end for Lucas. Okay, he canceled that, and now he's shipping the coin again, um, and he's going to be looking for an age up. That is again such an example of how pro play is done at the top level. Your opponent feels that he's mechanically a bit worse, strategically maybe a bit behind, didn't go for the correct build. He wants to push, he wants to go for the throat and finish it. How do you hold? How do you manage to cope? And he coped absolutely wonderfully, and he held without a shadow of a doubt incredibly well. And yeah, now we are going to have a very fast stage up to the next stage, just in time to have the Kalmakak shipment coming in as well for when he is going to age up. There we go, Kalmakak coming in, picking up the point from the floor as well. And on the other side, we have Luktom again trying to get another mass to try and push again, but sadly, my friend, the next time you're gonna push in, there's even gonna be more units in, and your opponent is going to be aging up. So it is currently not really looking good for Luktom. All right, Kalmakak is almost in, and we're going to have the Elder Age up, which is going to give us the two Noble Huts. If these Noble Huts manage to get placed down, it is going to be very, very difficult to try and break through anything, and we can even try and take a little bit of map with it. Very fast age up coming in. As you can see, Luktom is going to try and counter it with pikes. He's probably anticipating the age up, and he wants to take down the Noble Huts while they're building. We also see the big button coming in for him, so he has the JPKs, and probably now he feels like it's go time. Okay, not yet. He is going to try and get another shipment of Mace Walton. There we go. He wants to make this big push, his last push. Win-win, lose-lose. It is what it is, but he's going to try and give it his all and give it his best. But sadly enough for him, it is going to give these noble huts enough time to build. And we're already perfectly macroed for another big button of JPKs, and we can ship another shipment of JPKs behind it. So first noble hut is already going to go down in his base. Second noble hut probably a little bit more forward. He needs to make sure it's not too forward. There we go. It is forward enough as to where there aren't any pikes yet. Okay, it's only the coyotes right now in the front. Big button already coming in. JPKs fighting the coyotes, managing to fend them off. Mace Waltons with their 1.5 rate of fire in the back. Now the pikes are starting to siege the Noble Hut, but the Noble Hut is almost up already. Let's see if the Noble Hut manages to survive. No, okay, the pikes managed to take down one of the Noble Huts. That is pretty big for Luktom right there. We have JPK on JPK crime as well. Mace Waltons trying to fight off the pikes in the back. Luckily enough for Lucas, these are not coyotes because these Mace Waltons would have gone down very, very quickly. Explorer trying to tank everything. Yes, Luktom has managed to clean the fight a little bit, but he has lost almost again his entire army in the process. And on the other hand, we have 9 Jaguar Prowler Knights being shipped. Another production of Jaguar Prowler Knights. So we're going to have around about 14 of them out on the field right now, plus a batch of pikes. And they're going to be able to deal with whatever Luktom is going to try and throw at LukasL. There we go, the shiz. Thank you very much for the Prime subscription as well. Been subscribed for 12 months. Really, really appreciate it. It's like people like this shiz that we can keep on making these tournaments and keeping the community nice, big, and alive as it is right now. There we go. 5 pikes coming in from the back as well from Luktom. Going in with the Mace Holtons that he has, a little bit of them. Going in with the Halkin Spearman. And he's going to try and kite these JPKs, but the moment the JPKs connect, it's really going to be trouble for him because they have multipliers against heavy infantry and heavy cavalry, and they are absolutely wreaking havoc. He's not killing them fast enough. He only has 5 of these musketeers left, and yeah, the spore is again. It was reaching out of reach for Luktom, and there we go. LukasL manages to take the 3rd game of the series and takes a very, very commanding lead. Wow, very well played. GG to both. Let's jump into the post game, shall we? There we go. Resource wise, this time LukasL was only 300 resources behind, so it's the first game that Tom manages to outgather him. Granted, he was idled for a long stretch of time with that fight in his base, but if we're looking at the military again, less units, more kills, better strats, better builds, just far ahead. One thing that I do want to see is the difference in XP. If you're looking at both of these players, look at the XP total, look at the absolutely humongous difference both of these players have right now. Very well played. Okay, so we have Big Boy Catcher Boy, rank 1 on the ladder, probably the best player in the game right now, in the chat as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We also have Keister AoE, Tom God outplaying an awful opponent, but unlucky pathing and shit. Yes, it is what it is. It is what it is. Look, Tom got done in by the pathing. We all know it's the pathing. We're in a place where it is illegal, absolutely illegal, to say anything negative about Luke Tom. And he deserves to have this special treatment because we all love Big Boy Tom. Hi, KLCMKO. The next matchup is going to be in 45 minutes from now. So it is going to give us a little bit of respite and rest. So, last game is going to. Maybe last game. I don't want to jump to conclusions. My bad. Game number 4, which is going to be played on Anatolia, is going to be between China and Otto. So I'm assuming we're going to see a China from Lucas. It is his main civ at the end of the day. It's the civ he most frequently plays. And yeah, I'm excited to see that. What do you guys think about the China versus Otto matchup? In my opinion, when I play Otto, I used to struggle against China, then I found a couple of builds. And I think it is quite nice at the moment. I think I like the China matchup with Otto now. So yeah, very, very interesting. Look, Tom also picking his main civ. He was nice up until now to LukasL. He was like, I'm going to keep my main civ in the back for now. But he is busting out the big guns. And he is deciding that if he's going to go down, he's going to go down swinging. And he is not going to let this just be a clean sweep. Let's see if AoE3 and the developers favor Look Tom in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go into the next map introduction on the beautiful map of Anatolia.
Homeland of the Ottoman Empire. Its rugged landscape is bisected by an elongated grassy valley that separates the two players. This valley contains the only trade route and some grazing livestock. Each player begins with a local settlement of Fenerites near their first town.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ESOC Spring Championships round of 32, where on the north side of this map, we have LukasL playing as the Chinese in the color blue, currently 3-0 up against his opponent on the south, one of, if not the best Brazilian players of all time, and Look Tom playing as his main civilization, the Ottomans in the color green. Look Tom, sadly, green, very ugly color to see in AoE3, even though it is my favorite color IRL. We're forgetting to build the mosque there, but don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, it is a tactical pause of the mosque building. Get a little bit more food out. We will get right to the mosque building. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Anyways, look, Tom managing to get a cow, a water buffalo, excuse me, and taking a 40 treasure. And now, there we go. We are starting to build the mosque. On the other side, the disciple has managed to take 4 water buffaloes of his own. So the livestock win goes to the Chinese, which is pretty big for China. They can use it very well to speed up the range a little bit. This is a tricky matchup because early H3, it is quite tough for China to win this. And it is also a tough matchup for China to win this if Otto goes H4. Now, thankfully, the church cards are banned. Okay, Luktam has the church card in deck. I don't think he can use it. He has it in deck. I haven't read the rules properly on if he will be banned when it is in his deck. But, okay, he's not allowed to use the church card. The moment he uses it, he is disqualified for this game. But yeah, church cards not allowed. But historically, China does struggle against the church card. It struggles against these very, very strong and beefy, potentially broken Spahi. Potentially, I'm saying it not to make all the auto players mad, but they are broken. It's a very broken unit at the moment. It is in dire need of a nerf. But yeah, Lucas can rest assured on the fact that at least there will be no Mosque Spahi coming out. Otto already aging up to the next stage. Let's see what Ottoman is aging up with. He is aging up probably with 400 wood. There we go. The quartermaster. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see Luke Tom play some H2. Try and take the TP line, maybe. Try and go for a stagecoach play. Jan Delhi timing. I think on this map it works quite nice against China. But on the other end, China, especially Lucas, is known for his China builds. He has very specific builds that work very well against Ottoman. He likes to do a couple of unit starts first, like 7 step, 9 pike, 8 bow, then age up, try and hold whatever is coming his way. He is also going to be aging up with the porcelain tower, I'm assuming right now, seeing as he picked the French consulate. There we go, 7 villagers on the porcelain tower. Is it 7 or 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, okay. 8 villagers on the porcelain tower. My man wants to age up as quick as he humanly can and get up to the next stage, because if we're looking at his opponent, Mr. Tom, look, Tom is almost already aged up. And what are we going to see? Ladies and gentlemen, there it comes. We would not have had a Luke Tom best of 7 ESOC series without having a double Rex Gen Rush. Screw all of that stagecoach playing, Delhi and Schmelly. We don't need all of that. What we need is a classic, good old 2 Rex Gen Rush. That's all we need right now. Is it incredibly far forward? Is he probably not able to build the racks as far forward as he wants to? Yes, he has to back off. But that is not what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. We went for capitalism and we're going for 700 food. You know, there are some nerds in this game, aka Catterboy, aka Kaleli, and they're build ordering and they're seeing how can I mix some eco with it? What can I make to make this attractive and sustainable and sustainable? No, bro, none of that. 700 wood, 700 food, 600 food, 700 coin, 5 Jan, 3 Delhi, bam, 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 rush, 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 win, GG, lose, GG. We move on to the next. We don't care. This is the Lux Tom special right now. This is an absolute treat, ladies and gentlemen. He said, I'm not bowing out without this. Jan's already in queue, and look at this, my friend LFD. What are we seeing in queue for the next shipment for Otto? What are we going to see from Otto? We're going to see 700 food followed by 600 food. And what is Lucas doing into it? Lucas is going to ship 7 steps. And my friend Lucas, you haven't even scouted the double racks yet. But look, Tom is being nice, and he's showing him where the rexes are. So Lucas now knows that the rexes are there. Double racks. Let's see if he's going to pivot out of the 700 coin that he's currently shipping and going to ship crossbows. For the moment, he's sticking with the 700 coin, which is a very ballsy decision because it is not fun seeing 30 Janissaries appear in front of your base without you really being prepared for it. So it is not an easy thing to hold with China. But simultaneously, we are seeing the step riders getting some very good value. Ooh, just about not managing to get a villager there. Okay, another villager manages to go into the TC. Is Luktom going to be able to finish his batch? Probably yes, because these villagers are still gathering the food. Okay, we almost managed to get a full batch out there. But this is enough for Tom right now. He knows that he can move on and just right-click the Chinese base because there's nothing in it. 3 Delhi are going to be shipped as well to counteract these step riders. And what does China have at the moment? China is gathering the coin. He has access to 2 of the Minutemen. But except for that, he doesn't really have anything to be able to stop this. And Luktom isn't looking for towers, he isn't looking for villages, and he isn't looking for consulates. Ladies and gentlemen, Luktom wants your TC. And when Luktom wants your TC, he's going to take your TC. It's that simple. Nothing is going to stop Luktom from taking down your TC. And as we can see, I love this guy so much. The TC is already a quarter of his health down. And what is China's response to this going to be? If we're going to switch over, we're going to see 300 export, but big boy, buddy, 300 export is not going to save you here. These French Grens are all nice and well, but once the 3 Delhis roll in and once these Janissaries have finished right-clicking your TC, there's nothing you can do about it. But let alone that, the 3 Delhis have managed to find the Chinese villagers building the Age of Wonder, and he's going to be able to take down 8 villagers with just 3 Delhis. Not only is the TC going to go down, he's also going to lose half of his eco in the process. And when the Step Riders are going to try and fight him, they're not going to be able to get any value off of these Delhi. TC is down, ladies and gentlemen. Another ESOC series where Luktom has managed to take down the TC. Luktom, you absolute beautiful, beautiful, beautiful man. Switching over to Brit Consulate, trying to get Brit Bus, but it doesn't matter because Gotom has managed to take game number 4. And ladies and gentlemen, we're not out of it. As long as there's a TC on the map, Luktom will find it and he will take it down. GG. What a absolute goat. We all love Look Tom. So, resource wise, Look Tom managed to gather less, yes, but there is nothing you can do when there's 25 Janissaries in your face and you're wholly unprepared and you're losing villagers to 3 delis. Lucas thought he was up ahead, thought he had this series all wrapped up. 3 games of absolute pro player masterclass, but look, Tom, no. We are not buying out. We are double X Jan rushing you, and we are absolutely taking down your TC. And look, Tom lives to fight another day, and we're moving over to game 5 of the series. Beautiful, absolutely nostalgic gameplay from Look, Tom. All right. Nick AOE3 in the chat saying, you activated Tom Prime. This is absolutely beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Next matchup between these two players, thank you for reminding me, is going to be Italy versus Russia. So we are going to see an Italy. I'm assuming it's going to be from Look Tom. Now, very interesting pick on our next map, which again, if I am reminded what the next map is, on the map Sud. Thank you very much. Sud is going to be the next map. Short distance map. Very interested to see why we're picking Russia on this map. I don't even know if it's Lucas or if it's Loktom picking Russia here. Theoretically, yes. Thank you, FFT. We are going to see a Russia pick from LukasL, and we're going to see an Italy pick from Luktom. But yeah, let's see. I like Russia into Italy. I think it's okay in the current meta, but then again, Italy can absolutely smash Russia in H2 if they want to. You can ship the Broken Lands Company with some musketeers, with some crossbows behind it, and absolutely timing the hell out of Russia. And I feel like Russia is just an absolutely horrendous hit nowadays. So let's see what Big Boy Lucas is going to cook up here. And no, there we go. Look Tom Russia. Yeah, Look Tom Russia. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go into the map overview for this wonderful African mystical map of Sud.
This freshwater wetlands, a vast area of floating vegetation, home to hippos and crocodiles. Players spawn on their own island on either side of the swamp, near a trade route that bisects the wetlands. Sudanese tribes inhabit the edges of the marshes. Try to secure control over the central island to gain an edge over your opponent.
Thank you very much to our dear Australian friend Lopsided Fluff for that introduction. And ladies and gentlemen, you thought it was over. You blinked too fast. It is not. Look, Tom is still well and truly in this series. On the east side of the map, we have Look Tom in the color blue. LukasL, sorry, in the color blue, playing as the Italians, playing as a Civ that he plays very, very well, actually. Wondering what he is going to cook up for us this game. And on the west side of the map, in the color green, we are seeing OP Tom Prime activate, playing as the Russians. Now, matchup, as I said before, this matchup is quite Italy favorite, I would say. If the Italy players know what they're supposed to do, there we go. Standard. We are seeing a very H2 oriented deck. This is what I'm expecting from him. It's very tough for Russia to kill basically what is 2 Stradiots and 2 Elmetis in H2. Like, you just don't have the means to kill them. It is incredibly broken as a shipment against civs like Russia. And the only civs that really have success in countering that are very musketeer heavy, strong infantry civs like like Brit, like an Ottoman. They really have success with it, but a lot of other H2 civs really struggle with that shipment because the camp just never die and they keep snaring everything all the time. Now we are seeing a 95 XP treasure coming in for Luktom, immediately going for distributivism. Sadly, Russia doesn't really enjoy early XP all that much because, yeah, you get distributivism early, but it's not really game changing for you, is it? And Lucas, seeing that Luktom's Explorer was in the area, still deciding to go for the treasure. Very big balls on Lucas there. He is underestimating Luktom, and the Leopard is still not down, and Luktom is coming in for the snipe, and ooh, he didn't manage to go down on time, and Lucas still luckily walks away with the 75 wood, which is quite big for him because he could even opt to go for the placer mines right now, which is very big. It is an extra villager, and if he wants to, he can get it. He already has hunting dogs and already queuing up steel traps. And there we go. Glacier Mines is also going to come in, and that is another fallacy for Russia. Russia isn't really a civ that's known for rushing very fast, very hard because their age up is quite late. They usually click up at around minute 253 after they finish the 14 Ville age up. So it gives Italy quite a bit of leniency and quite a bit of time to get their planning up ahead and be able to counter that. A Lombard coming in again, very nice building placement from LukasL, managing to defend that mine completely, make pathing an absolute nightmare for Russia, trying to come in and cause damage on the Italian base. Julian K, again, the goat, Julian, in the chat. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Welcome, Kim and Osman. Waiting for your series after this as well. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. MFD, best caster in AoE3 by a long distance, aren't we, MFD? So, um, going for this Hippo treasure, at least crackshotting one of them. Let's see what Italy is going to age up with. Italy is probably aging up with the governor. We switched back. Yeah, there we go. Governor age up coming in. There we go. We're also seeing a um, what is the wood upgrade again? It is called Gangsaw. Thank you very much, Timothy. Yes, that is true. Gangsaw coming in. That is another Italian villager that is going to come out there. 250 food deposited into the Lombard, going to be spread equally between coin and wood. Very, very nice build so far for LukasL. We are going to probably see him open up with the 700 wood as well. And what are we seeing here? We're seeing not a very advanced blockhouse from Tom. Very, very interesting. Tom is not going to go for a very advanced blockhouse, so he doesn't really want to put all that much pressure on the map, which I kind of understand, and at the same time I don't like it all because now you're giving Italy more freedom to do what they want, and you're not really in their face, and we're not really macro to get another unit queued up right now. We don't have enough for neither Strelets nor Musketeers. And I'm not a very big fan of that. 400 wood on the floor, 700 wood as well coming in for Russia. Okay, he is maybe going to look to play this in H3, mind you. This could be one of the things he's thinking about. And let's see, Lucas has been able to adapt to this properly, I think, because if we switch over to the Italy perspective, I don't think we're going to see the H2 timing anymore. Okay, we are eventually going to see the H2 timing because we are seeing the 700 wood on the floor, and we are seeing the barracks coming up as well. Coin crates are still on the floor right now, tower in base, so Lucas hasn't managed to scout. If we switch over to his perspective alone, his fog of war, yeah, he hasn't found the forward base, and he's wondering where it is, but he doesn't really realize yet that it is in Russia's base itself, so he can just ship 700 coin and age up right now. Keister saying in the chat, I'm hearing rumors Tom threw game 1 to 3 in a scheme to launder GUA channel points just to come back from 3-0 down. You know, with the skill that Tom possesses, that is not that unlikely. 700 wood on the floor right now for Russia, and we're seeing a 600 wood. Oh, 700 food. What is it with Tom and his food shipments? What kind of satisfaction does he get from shipping 700 food? I've never seen someone at that level just ship food over and over again so much. It's so weird to me. Okay, 3 paper lancers and 1 stradiot coming in. Broken last company. A couple of musketeers are being queued up as well. Steel traps coming in for Russia as well. And again, I'm kind of questioning the 700 food because we're getting steel traps, so we don't really need food, do we? Um, but anyway, who am I to question Luke Tom? Um, Getting a couple of musketeers out, but so is Italy at the same time. Stable going up as well. So I'm assuming we're going to see a Musk Huss um, with the Broken Lance Company timing the forward base. Lucas found the forward barracks, or is he still looking for them? Yeah, he's still not seen the blockhouses. So if you're Lucas, you're probably thinking, okay, then my opponent's going to try and go H3, but he isn't trying to go H3, and you're still opting to go for the H2 gameplay here and trying to pressure him, even when he's probably going H3, which he isn't again, but whatever. Strelets coming out, Musketeers coming out, Crackshot not coming in yet, but the Italian explorer is starting to work on the Hippo treasure, and if he manages to scout the Russian army, this could be in a humongous bait, because yes, Russia might take the XP, but what are you really going to do with this XP if you're Russia? Do you want 210 XP, or do you want to keep your entire army alive? And the option for Luktom at the moment was, let me have that XP, because I don't need my army. Screw them. And yeah, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that, the entire Russian army is completely been wiped off the map in less than 10 seconds. We have 3 musketeers escaping the onslaught, and I don't think that Italy lost a single unit except for his explorer. Cossacks coming in on the back of it, another 10 musketeers being batched. But what is the follow-up here for Russia? This is looking very, very dangerous right now. Piazza del Monte something coming in. Church card for Italy. Let's see what it's called. Uffizi. My bad. It's not even Piazza. I'm just bad with names. Uffizi coming in for Italy. Feeling confident, wanting to give his Lombards a little bit of XP income. The Huss are chasing the Musketeers right now. Cossacks coming in, but the Italian Musketeers are now closing the distance, coming in, trying to completely finish this off. And look at these Paper Lancers. 700 HP with a 1.5 multiplier against infantry. How do you as Russia ever kill these units? What a horrific shipment to be able to support Russia. Poor little Russia. All the Minutemen are going down as well alongside the Musketeers, but even though this feels like a little bit of an overcommitment by Luktom, it feels like he's staying a little bit too long in the base, taking a little bit too much damage from double blockhouse and UTC, and Strelets are going to come in, so we're going to see about 23 Strelets at the floor, but luckily enough for LukasL, we are seeing some Hussars hit the floor simultaneously as well, so they are going to be able to counter them quite easily. Italy now marching around the Russian base, trying to see if there's any idle villagers that he might pick off. A couple of stragglers, but nothing. He is going to back off, and I'm guessing that Lucas is going to be macroing for an age up at the moment. Let's see. Let's switch over. There we go, Lucas. No, he is keeping up the production of Hussars. Now we have Monte di Pieta coming in. Ships a Lombard, plus ship some XP for these Lombards. Or does it ship 800 resources? I didn't read it properly. My bad. My Italy knowledge is not where it is supposed to be. So Russia actually kind of getting back into the game now, managing to kill a couple of musketeers. There's not really any power shipments left for Italy in H2, is there? Unless there is another mercenary shipment that I don't know of that Italy can ship at the moment. No, there isn't really anything. So he is shipping the Genoese crossbowmen right now to try and kite away at least the recruits so that he can collapse with his Hussars. But yeah, if I'm Italy, I'm looking for an age up right now. I'm not really that interested to stay fighting in H2, but apparently Lucas wants to stay H2. He doesn't really want to age by the looks of his macro and by the fact that he keeps on making more and more units. And then an extended H2, now that the big shipment of Cav is gone, I think Italy is in Russia, excuse me, is in a kind of nice spot. 26 villagers plus Lombards for Italy. If you compare that to Russia, Russia is on 28 villagers. So the Italian economy is marginally better, I would say, at the moment. But it can change in a whiff. Russia really loves its extended H2 gameplays. So yeah.
Приказ? Pronto.
All right, welcome, more people in the chat. Big Vividly playing as well, joining us. Welcome, the beloved map maker. Hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend is going fine. We have some awesome games here in front of us. We have already played 4 very nice games, including a double Rex Jan Rush from Luktom, which obviously gave him the win. And yeah, okay, Russian army now going back to the game, moving up to the north, and a lot of Italian villagers. Basically, all of his food eco is up here. Okay, great quotes on these villagers. Not losing a vill yet. Finally, one villager from Italy going down. And the worst news for Italy is here that he is completely out of food. But oh my god, these are a lot of Hussars. They're completely collapsing on these Strelets right now. Cossacks being zoned off by the rest of the Hussars. And now the infantry from Italy is joining from the back, trying to take down all of the anti-cav recruits. Such weak units in H2, especially without their combat cards. Going down to the Hussars. 3 Hussars managing to collapse on the back of these Strelets. Anti-cav is going down fast. Cossacks have completely evaporated, and Italy is looking to take the double score lead on Russia right now. The entire Russian mass, just in a blink of an eye, has been completely eviscerated by the Genoese crossbowmen, the musketeers, and the Hussars. And now look, Tom, is half of his opponent's score. No units on the map. And now we're in deep trouble because these blockhouses are prime for detection right now. And it feels like the series is over at the moment. Yeah, look, Tom, don't ride him over until the game is actually over. Couple of Hussars going down. That is very nice for Russia. It's very difficult for Russia to deal with these heavy cavalry units in H2. Not only because they kill their strelets like it's nothing. Also the fact that they just don't die. They manage to tank so much damage from um, the Russian counterpart, Russian musketeers recruits, which, as we all know, are slightly worse statistically than regular musketeers. There we go. One block is already going down. Hazar's moving in for the kill again, trying to get stuck in here, really trying to move his army closer. And this, ladies and gentlemen, for some of the newer players here or less experienced players, look at what Lucas is doing. Excuse me. He is moving his army forward before shooting. He's trying to get as close as possible to make 100% use of his snaring cavalry. He knows he has the advantage in last. He wants to get as close as possible to get as many kills as possible before the army runs away. And ladies and gentlemen, it is not looking good if you are a Lookcom fan. If you are BR all the way, this is not looking very nice because our man from Brazil taps out and Lucas advances through to the round of 16, clinching the series in a very convincing 4-1. GG, well played. All right, let's check the post-game stats, ladies and gentlemen. Economically, Lucas slightly ahead, but way more ahead because it doesn't factor in the Lombard economy that has been producing the entire time as well. If we're looking at it militarily as well, on the unit side, you can see that Lucas again half the units, but triple the kills. It is just what Italy does. It just wins games. An S tier Civ, one of the strongest in the game, in my opinion. Sadly, Look Tom bows out of the tournament, but a big round of applause for one of our fan favorites, Look Tom. Absolute pleasure to have my very good friend in here. And yeah, I'm excited to see Lucas in the next round of the tourney. And I wonder who his opponent is going to be. If we can pull that up really quickly, if you have time for it, my dear friend MFD, if we can see what the next opponent is going to be. The brackets have been posted somewhere, but I don't know where. Let's try and see where the brackets are. They are probably in the news section. And they are, there we go. I have found it. So the next opponent is going to be Kevin. So we are having a Kevin versus Lucas series, which I feel like is a pretty balanced series. Kevin, in my opinion, slightly better than Lucas. Very, very solid player. Kevin plays every single Civ in the game. He's a very great player. But again, Lucas, as you can see, with good planning, good timing, good knowledge, he is very, very capable of taking anyone down. Lucas, absolute monster of a player, and I'm very excited to see him in the next round. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we have our next. Yes, you are the best. They are probably ready. Let me hop into the voice call that they're currently sitting at together and tell them to get their butts over here. I will be right back in a jiffy. All right, they are going to be starting their games now, so I am going to take a quick cigarette intermission, and I am ready for the next series.
He's gonna need to take. Yeah, now pushing in, and is this the time? Ungers needs to get on the attack dance. I mean, he has 70 vills. He's so far in eco. Put some vills on the attack dance, and this will be even better. He's not switching. He's on XP. The cab is going down. It's getting melted by the buildings here. The longbows are still standing and doing damage.
Does he have enough steam though? I think
There's not
Julian
enough
is running
stuff,
out.
though. Yeah.
Egerton Bowman, 1.5 fire rate once again, coming up, Trump being king here, and just even though
Drag boxing the
long-
Naginatas forward, the Coyotes are trying to move, and the Atoman, he drag boxed the wrong direction, and now the Atomans are getting snared by the. Oh my
Nagis
goodness!
are shredding this right now, and it doesn't look like he's got his.
11s.
I don't see any of the pikes. Where's the pikes on this fight? The Nagis are just cleaning this entire mass up. Coyotes are falling. You got the Ashes getting buffed by the Dynamo. They've got Ashy attacking. They're absolutely shredding everything here. Yumi don't even need to micro this at this point.
He's going to have to sack off Russ. Yes, he has to put him in melee here.
Yes.
I don't think he can continue keep microing. Well, he's going to try, wait for reinforcements and try to make it to his blockhouses. The question is, how much damage will he going to be taking? This is nice micro from Ungers, but you know, the Atontons just have to attack move here. And 1.5 fire rate, they do have staff animation. And the Tontons are absolutely insane. But he has drawn him into the double blockhouse. Now fighting under the double blockhouse. The question is it going to be
Muskets
enough
are a
to
little
prevent it?
behind here. The Cossacks are now getting snared by the Pumas and the Coyotes. The Explorer is now in with the triple XP tech. Some warriors are mixing. The Atoans doing absolutely insane amount of damage. He's on plus 36%. Look at him on the attack. That's a plus 36%. And he's just
Coyotes
coming in now
on the
with
Strelitz.
Blockhouses are actually doing decent damage here. The Coyotes are kind of going down. The Spears are now trying to move in towards the front, and it's actually a decent fight, I think, for Tabin.
Pretty good fight for Tabin, but the you know, there's not very many Cossacks. He's letting a lot of these Coyotes and Pumas kind of shred his Strelitz a bit. Finally getting his Cossacks where they want to be on the Slingers, and gonna be cleaning up.
Here, the ESOCs are out of position. The Carolinians as well. And the ESOCs are going to go up top. Oh, the tree! The tree carrying here! The tree is for Sweden! And there you go. We can see some damage here. The ESOCs, all the ESOCs are dead. That's quite a lot of mass. The ESOCs coming back from Belgrade. Nah, bah GG. Bah GG. Optimus, his mass is getting completely clean. That's going to be a big snare right there, and there is no way those Carolinians are going to come out alive.
Maybe should be able to swing this water fight. Yeah, it's so the micro here is so intense. Get in, get back in. Will the Yumi have the chance to snipe him? Look at the ship is at 62 HP.
Oh! Frontline with the god.
Oh no! Oh my god! Oh my gosh! I thought it was insane, and that's GG. Wow, those galleys have such low HP.
He's gonna need to take trades here, and he's taking really good trades. The Kanye are now pushing in, and is this the time? Ungers needs to get on the attack dance. I mean, he has 70 vills. He's so far in eco. Put some vills on the attack dance, and this will be even better. He's not switching. He's on XP.